I can't go into a company, right, into like an office and demand that they give me a job. I can't do that, right? A lot of people like, you're talking about like people's parents, grandparents. They're always like, you need to go in there with resume in hand and tell them like, here's my resume, let me talk to the manager, and you get a job right on the spot. It's not how that works these days. Send out your resume online, apply to millions of companies, open positions, whatever. They're just harvesting data. They're just gathering all the data, and then when the public has been squeezed enough, they're like, oh, we'll offer you a job for a measly $25,000 a year. It's not even like enough to live in like New York City or anywhere really. It's not a livable wage. Then the person gets on like social programs, creating a further financial burden on the rest of society, right? Whether it's like a federal program or, state sponsored. And the tax money that's being used to fund these programs isn't coming out of like a company or billionaires' pockets. It's coming out the other workers. It's like, I don't know, but a lot of people see what I do and they think like, oh, he's like a delinquent or whatever, he's a criminal. I'm just trying to get by like everyone else. I try to pay back some of the credit cards, like stuff that I use, but if I can't, I'm not like, I don't feel like guilt about it, because they just set up a system that just becomes a norm, right? Where it's like normal for you to like use credit, accumulate debt, but then like it gets to a point where people can't pay it back. What do they expect? My bad, yo. I didn't mean to get like political about things, but it just makes me think sometimes, like, the way that the world is right now. There is no hope sometimes. Like, it feels hopeless. You do things and you don't get anywhere. Even if I were to get a job right now, like, what's the long-term plan? What's the goal? There's no progression, I guess. Like, if I want to have kids, can't do that. If I want to get a house, can't do that. You work, toil away, pay off debts. You pay exorbitant taxes that only goes up every year, and your wages aren't keeping up. You can't really afford to buy a house because the housing market is ridiculous. You can't buy groceries because groceries are ridiculous. Lawmakers don't care about anything. It's rough out there. Anyways, long-winded spiel to just say that I don't think paying for the fare on any transit system is logical, reasonable. Just roll that into our tax, budget, and that's it. People shouldn't have to pay for a fare to get around, especially in a country like the United States where like everyone either got to have a car or like live in a city like New York where they have a robust transit system, and even then you can't use it. It's ridiculous. I have a skateboard. I had a bike, and that got stolen out of the storage room in the building that I used to live in. Now I don't even have a place. I have nothing.